Okay, so as is typical when you're trying to record video for your online class, this is the fourth time I've tried to do this. And the last time I thought I did a really good, like, welcome, and then I hadn't hit record. So I'm just failing here. So, hi, my name's Kim Jackson. I prefer Kim. It's Dr. Jackson, but I prefer Kim. Welcome to English 341, which is reading literature for future teachers for our fully online class in fall 17. My plan is I will make a video at the beginning of each week to kind of give you an overview of what we're doing that week, to try to explain and expand in the ways that I could do if I was face-to-face in class with you. So I'm hoping they'll be helpful to kind of give you a heads up and also to calm any fears you have about the work. Because some of the work looks hard on the page, but it won't be that bad, especially I think as I explain or give examples. That's my hope. So this course is really fun to teach because who doesn't like reading pictures books and children's books and young adult novels, and you're really lucky to be wanting to teach. I think most of you probably in elementary school because the books are just amazing. So what you'll want to notice first is on our website, and I'm sure you found it because you're seeing this video, is a page called Syllabus and Book Choices. And it is choices. I believe a lot in choice. So you have a few books to buy. I really was trying to be intentional about having you buy books that will work in your future classroom. So this is an investment in, it's so hard to create a library of books for yourself as like a second grade teacher that I'm hoping that this is the start of that. So really most of the books, like maybe all but one, should be something that you can use in your future class. So we have a couple books in common. One is Donalyn Miller's Reading in the Wild. It's a book written by a fourth grade teacher who's very well known about the teaching of reading, how you teach reading in elementary school. And it's wonderful and both practical and just some really nice ideologies around reading. And of course, one of her beliefs, and one of mine too, is this idea of choice and that students should have a lot of choice in what they read. So that's why you have a lot of choice. So we'll read that in common and use it as kind of an anchor for some of the practices and things that we're thinking about around reading, our own reading, how we teach reading. We're also going to read Battle Bunny in common. Battle Bunny is this really awesome children's book that looks like an 8-year-old took a Sharpie to a little golden book and changed it. It's awesome. And we'll read that and remix our own towards the end of the semester. And then the other books, you're going to choose from some categories and some choices. So you'll notice on that website, on that page, that we're going to read some series books together, like Origami Yoda and Series of Unfortunate Events. You're going to pick one book from those and read that. I have chapter books, free verse novels, which is a real trend in children's books right now, graphic novels, and we'll end with a young adult novel so that you enjoy the reading too, more in your age range. And what I'm hoping you'll do is be really intentional about those choices. So on that page, each one of those books has a link, and it's a link to Goodreads, which is also a site we will use to share books. And it has descriptions of the books, and I hope that you'll look at the descriptions before you make your choices, and then you can be intentional about choosing books you think you might like. And you're going to order them from wherever. I did not place an order with the Chico State bookstore because it's just eFollett, which might as well be Amazon, and since you're online, and because you have choice, it makes it really hard to order the books. So I'm hoping you'll Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Used Bookstore, Chico State Library has some of these books if you are on campus. But I'm hoping you'll just place your order. I'm asking, once you've decided which books you want to read, there's a form, there's a link to a Google form where you're going to tell me which books you chose, and that will allow me to place you in book clubs based on your book choices. So I'm hoping you'll do that by the end of the week, by Friday, Saturday, whatever, somewhere around there. Okay, so that's books, and you can always ask me questions about books. 2 in common, and then you have some choice, and order them. You need them. You need them in hand. I don't care if you read them digitally. They could be a Kindle form or whatever. That's totally fine. Other than that, you're going to be on really 3 platforms for this class. I don't use Blackboard Learn, and we'll get into that later. I think teachers need to know how to use platforms that exist in the world. So this website, this WordPress site that I've created, is where you'll get all the information. I'll talk about some of the routines I have in place for how we can manage our time, but basically you'll go here to get the assignments, resources, these video updates. And then where you will post is on two different places. One is on a Google Plus community, also called G Plus, which is part of the Google suite that we have of apps at Chico State. You'll need to be logged in to your portal at Chico State, your Wildcat Mail, Google Drive, one of those things, but through the portal. And then you can click on the link to join our G Plus community. You'll do all of your discussion posts happen in there. The other site I'm going to ask you to join is Goodreads. Just because it's an incredible resource for future teachers. It is where teachers hang out and share books, including people like Donald Miller. And you can have a virtual bookshelf and tag books you want to read and you have read, and you can rank them. And so I want to get you familiar with that. So we'll be on that together. And a few times in the semester, we will write reviews on Goodreads, short reviews of the books that you're reading. So you can participate in that community. So that's it. Our website, where you get the information. We're going to post and talk to each other on the G Plus community, and we'll be together on Goodreads. Those are our three things. Low stress. Don't freak out if you can't get on some of these sites. I will help. I'll talk to you on the phone. I'll screencast. We'll get you on there. I've made help videos for how to join the G Plus community that's there next to that task on our site, and I'll keep making little short videos to help you out. What else do I want to tell you? The cycle of work. So that we can kind of be on a similar pace, what you're going to see across the top of our site is something called weekly work. And right now, week 1 is up and weeks 2 and 3. I've organized this class around a series of what I'm calling make cycles, which I borrow from Connected Learning folks at UC Irvine that I do a lot of work with. So in a make cycle, we're going to focus on some text, like the first 2 weeks after this intro, we're going to do fairy tales, and then we'll focus on our series books and then our chapter books, always reading Donald and Miller kind of sprinkled within there. And in those 2-week cycles, we'll do some reading and some discussion in the Google Plus community, and then in the second week, you'll make something related to the book that will kind of give others an idea of the book that you're reading, and it can be anything. I've had students make original songs, record themselves in original choreographed dances, they've knitted things, they've made art, they've written fan fiction. And I'll give you a huge range of options of things that you can do. But at the end of every 2 weeks, you will make something. At the end of our fairy tale cycle, I'm going to have you either write a poem or I'm going to have you do a piece of art, and you have a lot of choice, and you can always make suggestions of, can I do this? And I'm likely to say, of course you can. That's a great idea. So just know that. You have a lot of agency in the things you make. So every 2 weeks on Sunday, I'll post what's up the next 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you'll get a new 2-week make cycle that'll give you some tasks to do. So week 1 is up, and week 2 and 3 of fairy tales is up right now. So you can see kind of where we're going in the next few weeks. And then eventually I'll share the next one, just to not be overwhelming and to keep us all kind of on the same pace together, those kinds of things. That's how the cycle will work. Please feel free to let me know when you're like, this is confusing. I don't understand where this is on the site. I'm always happy to respond. I try to get back to you in 24 hours. I'm usually faster than that. That would be long for me. I'm on the internet all the time. And so someone once asked me, like, how many hours a day are you on the internet? And I was like, well, all of them. Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. I'm always on the internet. So you can usually find me. And I'll try to answer really soon, since I know we're on an online community together. I think that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to model for you, one of the things I'm going to ask you this week is to do some introductions on our Google Plus community, and tell us who you are, where you're from, why you came to Chico State, why you want to go into teaching, whatever you want, and you can write that response. I'm hoping that you'll be brave and also post a photo, even if it's a photo of your dog or something, just so we can get to know you. Or maybe you'll even be brave and make one of these videos and upload it to YouTube and post the link for us, but I'd really like to see your faces and get to know you all. And so I'll do a longer introduction for myself there, maybe writing and video or something like that. I will try to be creative. And and then we'll get to know each other, and we'll say, hey, hello, and then we'll be a community together. So goals this week, and this is laid out in bullet points. Join our G Plus community. Write an introduction under, it'll say week 1, introduction on our G Plus community. You're going to do a reading and write a response to that reading. And you're going to join Goodreads, and you're going to tell me what books you want to read. And it sounds like a lot, but I think most of those things will take 30 seconds or 5 minutes or 20 minutes. Like they'll be short little tasks. And you can email me if you have any questions. I'm very excited to work together. Thanks so much for taking the course. See you online.